The Chicago Sky are finally set to start their preseason. They open their preseason up against the Dallas Wings. Me and Stevo, we're going to break it all down, talk about that, plus new rules coming to the WNBA this season. We'll talk about all that and more right after this.
Welcome to Chicago Sky Central, and here's your host, Haize.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of Chicago Sky Central. Me and Stevo in the building. Stevo, man, these new rules in the WNBA, that's where we're going to start there. How do you, have you gotten a chance to really process and break down these new rules, man?
I pretty much seen really two of them, honestly.
So it's basically three. The first one up is that coaches' challenges are now in the WNBA. This is something
I knew that
we should all be expecting. It's going to operate pretty much primarily the same way it does in the NBA. The main difference here is that coaches will only have one challenge over the course of the game. Now, how do you feel about that? Instead of the one per half, they only have one challenge for the whole game.
I mean, just give them the whole rule. Like, why are you getting half of the rule? Just let them. I guess I can understand that thinking like, okay, they don't normally do it anyway, so they probably do it once anyway. Mm-hmm. But I just say might as well give them the whole thing just to see what it is. Because in reality, if it works, you're going to go to that regardless. So.
Yeah, I guess they want to see how much it slows down the game. So the rules are the team will only get one challenge per game, and that's regardless of the result. So if you do a challenge and don't win that challenge, you've burnt that challenge out. Challenges can only be triggered in three different types of scenarios. That's on a foul, on their own player, an out-of-bounds call, or goaltending basket interference call. That's the only things that they can challenge.
Well, then that it's not really ain't no point of the rule then. Because it's like that's why I always like the football. It's like, okay, I can win this challenge, then they lose one, and I still get to keep mine. That's the whole point of the challenge. That's what makes it a challenge. Because if you lose one, and they keep theirs. That just like it's just like the NBA is the same, right?
Yeah.
Like, well, yeah, like I don't like it. Like, what's the point of the challenge for if you're just gonna take one or like they're gonna do a jump ball? I was like, I don't get it. I don't like it.
Yeah. I mean, it is what it is. I mean, it's a slight variation in the NBA. It's pretty much the NBA rule that we've had for a few years now. Mm-hmm. I'm glad that it's coming to the WNBA because I think even though officiating in the WNBA has never been as atrocious as what it was this season in the NBA, you always want to make sure you get things right. And especially in like the momentum changing call, anything like that, you want to be able to get those right. I'm not too mad at that rule. The WNBA is also adding in the transition take rule, the same one that the NBA added this season as well. I really like that, especially for women's basketball a little bit more because fast breaks are even more important in the WNBA than I would say in the NBA sometimes, just because of how sound and technical they are with their basketball. So the take foul coming in, I like it. It's a little bit different too. It says transition take fouls assessed. The offensive team will be awarded one free throw, which can be shot by any player on the floor at the time of the foul. After the free throw, they also will retain possession of the ball. If I'm not mistaken, in the NBA, you get two free throws in possession of the ball. So just a little bit of a difference there.
Yep. I like that rule. Yeah, that's something that's something you add to evolve your game a little bit more.
Yeah. So, the WNBA getting good and quicker. Everyone, the NBA, WNBA, everyone's trying to get that game quicker. You even see Major League Baseball trying to add in rules to make the game go by a little bit quicker as well. That's it. Now, the weirdest rule in this is the new bench conduct rule. Did you get a chance to process this one?
No, but I think I have an idea of what it is.
Bro, so here are the rules. It's that there are now official rules to how the bench players have to conduct themselves. So players on the bench cannot remain standing or away from the bench for prolonged periods of time during live play. Players and coaches are prohibited from trying to distract opponents in unsportsmanlike manner, which I'm not mad at that one. And if players or coaches violate the rules, they will be assessed a delay of game, warning, or technical foul, depending on the severity of the situation. Basically, they saying everybody, sit your ass down. That's basically what they say.
I don't like it.
I don't like that one at all.
I'm going to go into depth why I don't like it. Because I don't like it in the NBA, but I can understand it in the NBA to a certain degree because they do go overboard. But in the women's game, they're taught that. Like, they're taught that at a very young age to cheer on your teammates, be involved in the game. Because just to be honest, there's not many people around. And it just keep everybody engaged, but that's just a part of of the women's game in general. So the fact that you like they already have an attack on emotion as women playing in sports in general. So it
Exactly.
just felt like more of an attack. Why are you trying to like? Nobody wants to see, and that's really gonna bother me because the number one thing I love to listen after a score, you hear, yeah,
Yeah.
that's a part of their game. So the fact you taking this away, you just taking more and more emotion out the game, which is what we like to see. So
And
I
and
don't get it.
And that's the thing. Like I understand because the NBA has the rule that if there's like an altercation or something, you can't come onto the court during that if
Which
you're a
makes
bench player.
absolute sense.
That makes sense. To say that you have to basically sit down during live play, you can't get up, like you said, yell and celebrate your team, making a big basket, anything like that. I see this probably being one of the hardest transitions,
Yeah,
because there are going to be players that are naturally just like, for example, Kalia Copper is one of the most. She's
loudest.
animated on the court, but when she's off the court, she really does support her teammates and what they're doing on the court. And like to just see that, and if that turns into a foul, and you can say that it can go up to a technical foul, like that's a bit
That's
much for me, man.
and it's weird because like even in the NBA game, regardless, it's probably 3 to 4 players, maybe 5. If the team rocket, maybe it's the whole team.
Yeah,
Majority of the team, the whole team is doing that in the WNBA from high school to college, from little kid to double A or whatever they doing. That's just what they do, bro. Like it's just what they do. So you just basically tell them the whole team to be quiet, and they've been taught that their whole life. I don't like it. I just don't like it at all.
and then even to say the coaches too, like because to me, seeing a coach walk up and down the court as their team's going,
They
transitioning
can't
from
move
offense to
too.
defense, it's the coaches too. It's not just the players, it's the coaches in this as well. Let me go back and make sure I'm not missing something on the rule. Let me go back and make sure. Bench conduct. Players on the bench cannot players and coaches are prohibited from trying. Oh, that coaches are just prohibited from trying to distract opponents. Okay.
Okay,
That's a little
well
bit
that
different.
makes sense.
Yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense.
But yeah, like I even if okay, I feel like a more understandable rule would have been like, okay, they take away like when somebody's on the corner about to shoot a three, they like you take that away, you
Yeah.
get a tech for that. I can understand that, but just like some of the funnest part of the game, especially being a Bulls fan, and see it daily, get up and get hyped for his team. That's just one of the
Absolutely.
funniest things to see, and it's been like that throughout history. We look for the bench reactions for anything. Somebody getting crossed, somebody getting dunked on, anything. Like you just want to see teammates be teammates, and you just taking the whole team camaraderie community. Like now, you want robots. You want
Yeah.
iRobot. You go watch iRobot then if you want this. Nobody want to watch no soulless basketball, no
Exactly. Like
emotionless basketball.
it's not fun, bro. Like, and as we're trying to grow the game and like viewership is up at an all-time high, like you're taking away some of the motion of the game. I mean, we'll see. I'm sure players will learn how to adapt, and I'm sure the rule will adapt as well over time. That's usually what happens, but it kind of is what it is there, man. It's unfortunate, but hey, it is what it is. I also want to go over some of these. They did their voting for predictions for the rookie class. I want to go over some of this with
That's
you. So
interesting.
yeah, Jordan Harston was predicted to not only lead the rookie class in points, but also most likely to win rookie of the year. How you feel about that?
She went to Seattle, correct?
Yeah.
It's a little bit of a reach in my opinion, but it's not like completely. It's not like a. It's not a super reach, but like it's. I feel like it's a bit of a reach. Is the most you said scoring wise?
Yeah, to lead the class in points and most likely to win rookie of the year. Those two different ones she was voted
I
to.
don't know. She got a lot of people for rookie year. She got a lot of people to go up against.
There's yeah,
like,
there's
it's
a
not
lot of
that
that.
easy,
And then
especially at her at what she play at too.
this is true. Most likely to be the best defender goes to Diamond Miller. How you feel about that? I'm surprised Bria Bear
No,
wasn't listed there.
no,
Like I don't
no,
like, and this is not the crap on her at all.
no.
Diamond Miller is a heck of a
I
defender.
love Diamond Miller. But
Yeah.
she's definitely a project in that area. She has the measurables to be a great defender. She's not a great defender yet. If you finna sit here and not say Leah Boston or Bria Bill, stop talking about this conversation. To be honest, that's just ridiculous. Come on,
Yeah. I feel that as well. Diamond Miller was also predicted to be the most likely to play the most minutes. Now that I
that
agree.
makes sense.
That
That
I
makes
agree with.
100% sense. Who made that, bro? Ain't no way you said the best defender was Diamond. Okay,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah. And then Aaliyah Boston is also represented in this. She was the most likely to make an All-Star game.
I mean, I feel like that could have went to somebody else. Like, not to say like she definitely could be an all-star, but her game don't scream all-star. That's
I
the
feel
reason
that.
I'm thinking that way. So I feel like there's gonna be a ton of people you think about in the all-star game. She's not gonna be the first one.
Yeah.
But defense, she should have been the first. Like, it's like y'all should have switched it. Like, to be
That's
honest with
fair. That's fair. That's fair. And the last one we're going to talk about is Zia Cook. She was voted the most likely to earn a starting role as the season goes on, and most likely to make an All NBA team this season. Not rookie team, all rookie, all WNBA team.
Yeah.
I agree with that one too.
yeah, because I feel like Angle, if she develop even better than she already is, there ain't no guard that can mess with her on that team.
Especially when you look at it, is that I didn't even know this until like a couple days ago. Did you know Skylar Diggins is out for maternity leave all season?
No. What?
Yeah,
But she was on the Suns, correct?
yeah.
Or no, Mercury.
The Mercury, yeah,
Yeah.
Mercury.
I did not know that. She slick with that one.
Hey,
But
listen.
hey, but did you know Ruth had a baby?
Yeah, Ruthie. Yeah, I talked about that on the last
I
episode
didn't
too.
know that. Like, I didn't.
Yeah,
Well, I knew that. I probably when you dropped it, but I didn't know that because I did wonder. Like, she went quiet. But yeah, that's crazy.
yeah. So I mean,
Congratulations.
yeah. So shout out to her. On that one. It said that she announced it at the end of 2022 that they were expecting a child.
I don't
I
know.
didn't pick up on that at
The
all.
last thing, the last thing I remember was Skylar Diggins. She was into it with her team. Well, not
Yeah,
necessarily into it, but she wasn't with the best of circles with Diana and the team. So
yeah. So hey, but that's interesting. But let's get in here. Enough going around the WNBA. Let's talk about our Sky, man. We open the preseason up tonight against the Dallas Wings, man. A team that we got two players from. Well, Marina Mabry is not playing in this game, but of course Isabel Harrison, who also came over from the Wings. The Wings project to be in the power rankings. They were ranked above the Chicago Sky. I have a little bit of issue with that personally. It's preseason, so I think we're going to more so get a look kind of team filling out for themselves what James Wade's system is going to be. But with Marina Mabry out, we're probably going to see a lot of Dana Evans. She may even start in this game. How you feeling about this first preseason game?
this is where I want it. This is what I've been waiting for this moment this whole time because I've been seeing I've been watching her since Louisville, and ever since she got here, she been better and better and better. And then she really took a step in the offseason playing over there. I believe she was in either Turkey or Istanbul, one of those.
Istanbul, I believe.
Istanbul, and she got a torch now. That handle been picked up. She's starting to learn how to play the point guard position way better now. I'm really expected to see, and I'm really excited to see if we're gonna see like pretty much the same offense in the system and stuff.
And that's too. I wonder. I've gone back and forth on this a couple of times. Like, how is the offense going to change and evolve? And while I can see it, I think they're going to try to get out and transition a lot. I think when it does slow down, that probably may be where it's most difficult for them. But it's going to be a lot of Clea Copper and Courtney Williams in the half court. That's going to be the primary two players I think that's
And they
going to
love
really
that Mindy.
Yeah, she the mistress of the mid range, as they call
The
her.
mistress.
But it's gonna be fun, and it looks like okay, maybe Marina Mabry will play. So originally she wasn't expected to be back. It wasn't expected. The news that I just read is that she actually just arrived back from the Italian league last night.
Yep, I was just watching her. I was like, dang, she's still there.
Yeah,
I guess. Hey, but I doubt she played though. If she just came at the night,
no need to rush her back.
Yeah,
yeah,
and she just played. Yeah, we be good. We good. I want, and then I really want to see.
Yeah, James Wade said that she would not travel with the team. So,
okay, that's what I thought. So, but I'm really want to see Izzy as well. I feel like she could be the pillar of the offense. I don't know who's his favorite. I don't know who he like from the sense of what the interviews and stuff. I still don't know who Jane, who's the woman on that team. I don't know yet. So I'm excited to see that.
Yeah, and I'm excited to see the rotations, the lineups that he used. And like I said, I don't necessarily expect the starters like Ka and everybody to play a lot, but in the minutes that they do play, I'm really interested to see. And then also, like, how our forward rotation, now that Ruthie is out, she is trying to make her way back this season. So hopefully she will be back before the end of the season. But when you really look at Elizabeth Williams, Isabel Harrison, Elena Smith,
Yep.
We kind of thin up there in the front. Of course, Rebecca Gardner is going to play some guard and some forward, but hey, it's kind of thin up there in the front court.
Yeah, but that's where we can see our forwards come in too, because I'm pretty sure he can insert some of them. But yeah, I'm excited to see how we do it. I'm really concerned of like how we going to run this team, because like you said, I hope we off a transition. It's kind of weird. Like I kind of expect to see almost like a DeMar and Zach thing with them two. They just operate in the same area sometimes. Well, with Kalia like being more like Zach because she can get to the lane at will. So yeah, I'm just excited to see how this gonna be. You got dogs everywhere. Mayberry is just I really don't know. Like she's so cold. Like I don't know where they're gonna put her. Like how she's gonna be in between everything. It's gonna be weird. But it's gonna be a good weird though.
Yeah, that's wild. But I'm just really excited for it. It's gonna be fun. Me and you gonna be on the post game live, so make sure you guys hit that subscribe button. We will be live on the post game. But I mean, overall, man, just excited to have Sky basketball back. We play today and we play the 7th. So I mean, yeah, today and the 7th because episode's posted today and the 7th. So we're gonna have fun with that. I think we also play. Did we play the 9th as well? I know we have like a lot of games in a condensed period of time, and then we have a long period. I think we don't play again to the 14th. But so really excited to see the Chicago Sky play, get that basketball going. But we talked about Kalia Copper. So before we go, last topic, Swish Appeal has been ranking their top 30 players in the WNBA. Kalia Copper came in at number 19. Now, they haven't released the top 10 as of yet, but they did release up to number 11, and Courtney Vandersloot was ranked above Kalia Copper at number 11. Last year, she was number 9 on the list. Some players also above Kalia Copper, Elisa Thomas, which I'm not mad at. NECA, of course, I'm never going to be mad at NECA. Nefessa's up there as well. How do you feel about Kalia Copper being ranked as the 19th best player in the WNBA coming into the season?
I mean, top 20 ain't nothing to sneeze at, but it's just like I was really expecting to hear at least 15 and below. I really want to know who's in front of her. Courtney should not be in front of her. She had a solid season, but she didn't have the season she had when we won the championship. So I feel like that should have bumped her up. And Kalia had a better season compared to what Courtney did last year. So I just feel like 19 is a bit high, but being a top 20 in the WNBA ain't nothing to sneeze at. So I'm not too upset at it, but it depends on who's in front of her, to be honest.
I mean, yeah, that's really what it boils down. So, I mean, I do think she's going to be high on the list afterwards. Like after this season, she's going to be much higher coming into next season, because I can honestly understand where she's ranked at now, because she wasn't the only piece on that team. You had a lot of veterans on that team. It's kind of easy to overlook a player like a Kalia Copper when you have so many veterans that, while didn't score nearly as much as her, they just understand their roles, and they were a big part of the engine that team was. It's all on Ka now. So how Ka comes in is going to be a big testament to that.
Thanks.
So, but that is it, man. That's today's episode of Chicago Sky Central. Stevo, go ahead and tell them where they can follow you at, brother.
Hey, just follow me at Stevo Speaks on everything. Everything. I'm telling you.
Absolutely. You can follow me at CEO Haize, at CEO Haize. You can follow the show at Chicago Sky Pod on every social media platform. You can also send us any feedback, questions, comments, concerns, Chicago Sky Central at gmail.com. And then lastly, you want to leave a text message and our voicemail, 773-270-2799. We're the number one spot for everything Chicago Sky related. And we'll see you guys the next time we go to Skytown. Peace, y'all.
This has been a presentation of the Break Media.